Well, the tastemakers behind the world-famous Michelin Guide have spoken, and 90 California restaurants have been awarded coveted Michelin stars. LA Times senior food writer Jen Harris is here to give us a peek at the Michelin reveal and a look at the Bib Gourmand category, the restaurants we can actually get into and can afford, mostly. Hey, Jen.
Hi, how you doing?
Remind people what the Michelin Guide is and why it's such a big deal that they're back in LA.
So the Michelin Guide is a really prestigious guide to restaurants around the entire world. And it's a really big deal that it's back in LA because it's actually part of a statewide California Michelin Guide, which hasn't happened before.
And it used to be a travel guide, really, when it was founded, trying to encourage people to use their Michelin tires and hit the road, and here's where you'd eat, right?
Exactly, and it's still brought to you by the tire company at the reveal on Monday night. The mascot in full Michelin tire gear was like walking around taking pictures with people.
Which is how you feel after you eat at some of these restaurants,
Yes.
by the way. So let's talk about what was revealed in terms of stars and our local restaurateurs.
Yeah, so some really great Los Angeles and Orange County restaurants received stars during the reveal. But what was really interesting was that no new 3-star restaurants were revealed. So the Michelin Guide decided that no restaurants in the state of California, no new ones, deserved 3 stars.
Well, that's surprising, isn't it?
Yes, that's really incredible, especially so they define 3 stars as exceptional cuisine worth a special journey, which I personally believe that many restaurants in LA and Orange County deserve that distinction, but apparently the inspectors did not agree.
Well, let's talk about who did get stars in Los Angeles and Orange County first.
So we can start with the 2 stars, Vespertine, a crazy, exceptional restaurant.
It's
here.
always on your list.
Yes, always on our list, always on our 101 list. They got 2 stars. Providence, who had 2 stars prior when the Michelin Guide was in LA, retained its 2 stars. And really big deal was Nikki Nakayama from Naka Restaurant received 2 stars as well, which is super exciting for her.
Once you've gotten Michelin stars, is it a big deal to retain it? I mean, do chefs, are they nervous about this every year?
You know what's funny is that Monday night was super nerve-wracking. Just being in the audience, surrounded by all these chefs, there was just this energy, and you could feel their nerves. There were like some people started crying. It was very, very nerve-wracking, and they definitely care. It definitely means a lot.
But there's also some surprises on this list that we're really excited about. Jitlada, Langer's, tell us about those.
Yeah, so Jitlada and Langer's, two of my favorite restaurants in LA, they were on the Bib Gourmands, which is a list that Michelin also puts out. It's supposed to be the affordable list, where ideally you can go into these restaurants, 2 people can each have an entree and a glass of wine for $40 or less. So yeah, Jitlada, which is as you know, a fantastic Thai restaurant in Thai town, run by Jazz, which is so great. Langer's, which is like an institutional LA deli. In LA is really good, but we have the pastrami sandwich up. I know you've tried it.
Our favorite.
Yeah.
But also good. Pisano, which is brand new, and
yes.
this happens to be a woman that I know who actually owns Sprinkles Cupcakes, and now her pizza restaurant in Brentwood is really taking off.
Yeah, so Candace Nelson and the chef Daniele Uditi, who actually makes all the pizzas there, yeah, so they just got a Bib Gourmand as well, and they make incredible pizza. It's insane. They're about to open their 2nd location in West Hollywood, too.
I know, closer to me. I'm super excited about that. Szechuan Impressions, are we surprised to see a Chinese restaurant?
So the people behind the Michelin Guide kept saying the word diversity, that they really were trying to show diversity with the actual guide and with the Bib Gourmands. So I think Szechuan Impression was a move in the right direction, which is a fantastic Szechuan restaurant. There's one in Westwood and also one in the San Gabriel Valley. Just like really fiery, addictive Chinese food. And so I'm really happy that they recognize them.
There's a couple of others, those that were on the Bib Gourmand list, Major Domo and Cassian. I don't think of those as $40 or less.
I would have to agree with you. Most of those entrees start at $30 and up. So if you're going there and then you're getting also like an $18 glass of wine, it's kind of impossible.
And that's the cheapest glass of wine you can get at most of those places.
Very good, yes. But so I was a little confused by those 2 being on the gourmand list rather than as contenders for actual stars. But I'm happy they were recognized all the same.
On the regular list, my disappointment was in the fact that Genevieve Gergis and Ori Menashe, who were the chef owners behind Bestia and Bevel, which is my new favorite restaurant in downtown, didn't get mentioned.
Yeah, you know, and our restaurant critic Bill Addison just wrote up a piece on his hot take on the stars, basically, and that was something he mentioned as well. It's a restaurant that's beloved by Angelinos and everyone who actually tries it. And so that was very confusing to fans of the restaurant, because the guide is supposed to be based on food alone. And so if they're going to give it to like a hawker stall in Singapore, for instance, because they have amazing food, I would definitely think they would recognize Bavel.
And open it up. And just real quickly, the flavors that we're seeing in all of these choices, is there a trend or just a diversity and eclecticism that's new?
I mean, I think so. I think it's a move in the right direction, especially with the Bib Gourmands. You had everything from Mexican to different types of Chinese food to Middle Eastern. The actual Michelin stars for the guide were a little less diverse. They seemed to recognize French, European, and sushi restaurants. They didn't recognize a single Mexican restaurant in LA, which was surprising.
Wow. But they did recognize some friends in Orange County, right?
Yes, Taco Maria actually got a star, but also on the Bib Gourmands, Garlic and Chives, which is a fantastic restaurant. That is in Garden Grove. Really good Vietnamese fusion food. The toothpick lamb, I can't recommend it enough. You'll just sit there and it's so addictive. So I was really glad that that restaurant was recognized.
Well, thanks for giving us the rundown, and it'll be interesting to see how people respond to their list, right?
Definitely.
Thanks,
People
Jen.
are talking.
Okay, yes, it's this is something you want to talk about. The full list of bibs and more about the Michelin Guide Awards can be found at latimes.com.